Good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Walz. I'm the governor of the great state of Minnesota, just the western neighbor here. I'm glad you're all here, and I know it's day 3 of the convention. Each one of these has a theme. Last night was bend the knee and grovel, apparently, and today is Celebrate Russia Day, I guess, with our foreign policy and destroy NATO. But look, I'm honored to be here with a leader like Congresswoman Escobar, but especially with Amanda. And Republicans should be ashamed that Amanda is standing up here today. She's standing up here today because she nearly lost her damn lives because they were in that medical room. They believe it's their decision on her personal bodily autonomy. So as we start to talk about the issues and as we start to see this idea of J.D. Vance, and I just want to say this, the perfect Frankenstein monster created by the Heritage Foundation, and I say this because I read Hillbilly Elegy. I read it because I come from a town of 400. I had 24 kids in my graduating class, 12 were cousins. And I know a little bit about small towns and his dismissive, derogatory approach to how he viewed it. It's not a cultural bias that people had. It's decades of policies of people like him and venture capitalists and others that gutted many of our small towns. The idea that this guy would understand or have a policy. The thing that makes small towns work, the things that we value most around freedoms, whether it's reproductive freedoms, personal freedoms, but the things that make small towns work, this was not in Hillbilly Elegy. It should be. Mind your own damn business. That's how small towns work. They work because you respect your neighbor and you understand their choices, who they marry, their own healthcare decisions, what books they read. So as we hear all the talk about, what's going to happen with Joe Biden, the good thing is with the Republicans, they don't have much division within their party. They bend the knee and they grovel to someone who told us that the election was stolen, someone who overturned Roe versus Wade, someone who told us he didn't know anything about NATO as he puts all of our futures at risk, and someone who won't address the biggest issues around climate change. Those are the issues that Americans care about. Those are the things that they want to see us get done. The Biden-Harris administration has delivered on all of their promises. It is galling to me to watch governors go up there and bend their knee. The very governors who go and cut ribbons for infrastructure projects that they had nothing to do with and their Republican members voted against because Joe Biden delivered. Or go up there and tell us they're going to take away the ACA and put in their plan. Yeah, I'll hold my breath for that. 4 years and we don't see a damn thing. And we have the most pro-union, pro-worker president in the history of this country, and I say that as a union member, who's there for our collective bargaining rights, who's there for our worker safety, who's there for our pension, and has made a commitment to protect one of the most sacred things that J.D. Vance in his advanced Yale degree tells us the biggest threat to our national finances and well-being is Social Security. Paying out the money that we paid into people to make sure that they're not in poverty. And that's where he goes. Couldn't be the venture capitalists and hedge fund managers' taxes. That wouldn't be the problem. But we get an opportunity in America in not too long to have a binary choice between someone who cares deeply about the American public, who has policies that made a difference, versus someone who made it very clear. Trump is for Trump. Truest words he ever said. That's exactly where it is. So when we talk about building this country from the bottom up in the middle class, as Joe Biden talks about, it's about unions, it's about personal freedoms, it's about addressing our biggest issues, and it's about taking care of our littlest Americans. And with that, someone who's done this, someone who's led in Congress, someone that I'm proud to call a friend, Congresswoman Escobar.